Please don't bother about the poster behind me. Hello everyone, my name is Lane, and welcome to the first vlog. My first ever vlog that I made in my whole entire life in YouTube. The topic for this video that I'm going to talk about is this. I don't know if you guys can actually see it, but I hope you guys are. Yes, this thing is called Sony Walkman. It's basically the iPod of the 80s. You know iPod? Yeah, those kind of box stuff made by Apple that plays music. Well, this is like the grandfather of it, or maybe like the father of it, yeah. So, if this is a portable media player, then what is its display? Well, of course, it's a cassette tape. Why I want to talk about this is because I just realized that more people are getting aware of retro stuff lately. They're getting to know about cassette tapes, they know about VHS, they know about synthwaves, they know about 80s music, all those sorts. People are just getting more aware and kind of like want to revive this retro stuff in this today's world. And I'm quite happy, honestly, because yeah, finally people are getting appreciating more about old stuff. But yeah, I just really like owning a Walkman, owning tapes and all sorts. And I have a lot of collection right here. Like, aside from this camera, there's like a rack full of cassette tapes. Not quite really, but yeah. I've been collecting cassette tapes since 2018. And maybe around December or maybe November, I quite forgot, yeah. The first album that I bought was King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard Polygondwanaland cassette tapes, and it was made for the record store dates in 2018 in Indonesia. And that's actually the part where I just getting to know about cassette tapes, and yeah. Then I learned some history about cassette tapes, I learned about Walkmans, I learned about tape decks, vinyl, all those analog stuff in the 80s and early 70s. Anyway, back to the real topic. I'm actually going to talk about the Walkman itself. So yeah, the current Walkman that I had right now is the WMGX674. And for this particular Walkman that I have is much more different than any other previous Walkman. The most noticeable difference between my Walkman and other Walkman is how the mechanism work. In the previous Walkman, older or maybe cheaper Walkman model, when you try to play the device, you will have to push the button to play. So there's already a button to play, there's button to fast forward, there's button to record, to rewind, and those are apparent in any cheaper and much more older Walkman model. And for my model, it's quite sophisticated one because it's a soft touch. You can just press the button slightly, and you don't have to push it very hard or something like how other cheaper Walkman model. One of the first Walkman model that was released in 1979 was called the TPS-L2. This one. Yeah, this Walkman is one of the expensive. It's one of the most expensive Walkman aside from any other rare model Walkman. And I could actually mention a few of the rare model Walkman, such as the Budokan, and there is this one called the D6C Walkman Professional. And yes, Sony Walkman also released the Professional Series Walkman obviously for people who are professional that probably works in a movie or maybe in some sort of video games or any sorts that are probably important. From what I've read, these rare Walkmans, such as I mentioned before, have a more distinct quality. Since it was marketed for the people who really seek for true, natural and real audio quality, it has a very distinctive sound. It has obviously have much more higher quality sound other than Walkman series that have been released between 1979 until 2000 years. There's also lots of demand for these rare Walkman, and if you happen to find some in eBay or maybe Amazon, it's mostly in eBay actually, or in the second-hand market around the internet, the price is really crazy. But despite all of that, I think the Walkman is one of the most important piece of history to date, because I think if this thing is not even existed, Apple won't make an iPod, or maybe portable music wasn't a thing. If this thing wasn't even existed, maybe people would stop listening to music indoors or on their house and not in an outdoor area where you can just walk and everything. But yeah, I hope you guys learned something from this video, and for the next vlog video that I will make, I'll probably discuss more about cassette tapes and how important is in the current era. It's mostly about my thoughts and opinions about it, but just like how I do in this video. But anyway, thank you for watching, and my name's Lane. I'm signing off.